I am Aaron, and wow, there's three now already. Normally it takes like a minute or so before that comes in. So first, let's check the sound. I'm still getting used to this. I'm not mic'd up. I have my mic on the side there, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So give me a hello to let me know that you can hear what I'm saying right now and that it's not muffled or tinny or anything like that. Because I'm gonna wait until I get a comment from you guys before I go any further. Okay, excellent. All right, so first off, we're going to be talking about some Vincent Price tonight, which I thought you guys would like. And I'm going to show off some of my favorite Vincent Price that I have in my collection. Before I do that, I have a Patreon announcement to make, which I hope you guys are going to like. Me and my better half were looking at and watching over the Al Adamson movie that you guys chose for us. By the way, thank you for that pain. Dracula versus Frankenstein. We had initially taped a regular review. Hey there, Ryan. So what we're doing instead, and hopefully this is going to interest some of you, is we're thinking we got my computer, and we may be doing a running commentary on it, like a watch along. So if you're we're working that out. We're looking at the I got OBS downloaded onto my computer. Is that your middle name is Price? And we're going to be doing like a kind of a watch along for the whole movie. So you'll be able to go in and watch that video, which is not going to be a 10-minute review, but most of them are. But every once in a while, we're going to do like a movie that we're actually going to watch and do the whole thing. So let me know what you think of that idea, because my better half thought about it, not me. We were like watching a video tonight, and she said, you know what, we should, rather than just like talk about the movie, just review this, like Dracula versus Frankenstein. There's a lot to talk about. So let's do like almost like a commentary type of video where we show the movie on the screen and our us talking about it in another screen. So before I go any further, hey there, George. What do you guys think of that idea? Would you like to see some commentary watch along videos? Thank you, Jack. A bold choice. It's going to be different, but we're going to give it a shot. Anyway, so tonight is about Vincent Price. That's what we're going to talk about here tonight. And I got a few cool Vincent Price things. So the king of putting up the Vincent Price stuff. Thank you, Vince. Because we're really nervous about it, but we're trying to really kind of like hope that it'll like push the channel and the Patreon along farther. We're working really hard, um, and hoping that it takes off. And as you can see, I put more time and effort and money into all this. So Vincent Price. Arrow Video, I think, put out the best Vincent Price box sets. For my money, they kind of killed it when it came to Vincent Price. Now, initially, if you're collecting Price, your best bet was the MGM box sets that came in over the years, whether it was the Fly box set or the Vincent Price collection that they put out, which I do have here and we'll look at afterwards. But I thought the best thing to look at, like for collecting Vincent Price. And by the way, indicators. Hey there, Hatch, or Jordan. What do you want me to call you? Uh, the the best way to like one of the best price movies that I love is The Tingler and A House on Haunted Hill, and those two you can get if you can get them from the William Castle box set. Hey there, Mary. There's a really great William Castle box set out by Indicator. I'm going to bring that over here. You're going to know a lot about the box set because I'm sure all you guys are listening to the Cobwebs podcast. And there's been two William Castle films on there, including the Vincent Price one. Uh, are used to both. Uh, so Last Man on Earth needs a really good release. Now it did get a release from Scream Factory, and I think the third volume of the William of the Scream Factory Vincent Price set. I don't have that. So I don't have a really good copy of Last Man on Earth. I've got the regular copies that you see that are pretty much the public domain ones. But as of right now, I think that the greatest box set that was put out. What's on volume two? On volume two. Okay, thank you. Last Man on Earth. That's out of print now too. So damn it. Hopefully they'll re-release that one again. Uh, the greatest, like Castle. Sorry, the greatest Vinegar Syndrome box. I'll get this out one of these days. The greatest Vincent Price box set, for my money, that's out there right now, was this one. I gotta open up your comments here because I'm missing out on a ton of your comments. I do apologize, guys. Uh, I'm slacking it tonight, but it's later in the night, and I had a really rough work day. So we just sat down and we watched a bunch of stuff. I will tell you what right now. I am super excited that that Miro Rusev is in AEW. Actually, well, I love Last Man on Earth. That's one of my favorites. Out of all the versions of that film, definitely my favorite version of the film. Definitely not going to be like the Will Smith one. Uh, but to each his own. Everybody has a different opinion. Uh, so this is the 6 Gothic Tales Vincent Price box set that Arrow put out. And thank God for my better half for actually having the smarts to say, we're not going to wait on this one. Because I almost did. I was like, you know what? It's Vincent Price. It should be out for a while. Don't you forget your Japanese class, man. That's important. I understand totally if you're not here and you're doing your Japanese stuff. Priorities. Because I was like, oh, this thing's gonna last forever. I'm sure they're gonna have the Vincent Price things for a long time. So this box set sold out pretty quickly. Hey there, Daisuke. We are actually, well, can I tell them? Well, we're filming a video together in the near future. Actually, Amy, I may take you up on that when I actually can do that on my screen. I'm going to be filming a video with Daisuke, and tell me please if I get the name wrong, because I suck at pronunciation of names. But I think I got it right this time, don't I? Daisuke. Because me and my better half were watching some. What was the cartoon? Watching that anyway. Grandizer. I think it was Grandizer, and it's on Grandizer. Um, Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it, man. So we're going to be doing a video. I'm not quite sure when it's going to go up, but we're going to be filming it on Saturday. So I'm actually going to have to get up earlier in the morning on Saturday, which is going to be fun. And I am really looking forward to it. So Daisuke, I hope you're a Vincent Price fan because we came in to you came in on a Vincent Price night, and first thing to show is this one, which I'm sure you got because you have an awesome collection too. So it is this set right here. Now, what's really amazing about the set? Now they re-released this set again, but what was missing? And I'll show you what was missing first, because you can still buy the set, or you can buy these movies separately. But you don't get this thing right here, and this is awesome. Um, Not only are there like articles and interviews on every one of the films, from The Fall of the House of Usher to let's just give you an idea of the rundown for this one here. You got articles here by Tim Lucas, Jonathan Rigby, Vic Pratt, Julian Upton, Roger Clark, Rob Green. But it doesn't stop there. Nope, that's only like around half of it. Then we get into things like this. So this is our comic book adaptations done by Dell Comics of the Vincent Price films, some Vincent Price films. And they are so well done. Arrow has really been like, as you can see, there's Peter Lorre right there. Really good at putting out these adaptations and putting out these, adding the comic books to them as well. These are the Corman productions. So there's some really great stuff here. I love the look of the front cover of the Tomb Legia. So the film's on here, just, because I'm not just going to talk about the book. But if you can get the original version of this box set, you will get this book, and this book is worth it. So it's worth the bones if you got it to get the book. We got here The Fall of the House of Usher, and I love the artwork on these, by the way. The Pit and the Pendulum, Tales of Terror. I really love the artwork on Tales of Terror. It's just kind of the green and the way that looks. It just really looks nice to me. The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, as I pondered weak and weary, upon a many a quaint and curious volumes of forgotten lore. The Haunted Palace. I actually said the Raven once, like in front of it's cool. And the Tomb Legia. You know, I'm pretty sure each one of these here has along with it an alternate artwork. And there's a ton of features on these here. You got everything from like interviews to audio commentaries, and it's stacked. And the original copy with the book is unfortunately out of print, but you can buy it. However, when it's like without the book. Another one that went out of print, and this one kind of surprised me, because I think they did put these out on their own. So you can still get these films. So don't worry, you're not going to lose out on these films. Is Arrow put out, and I grabbed this one because I'm a really big fan of these films by Vincent Price, and I thought they were a challenge for Price to do, because Price is often known for his voice, like he's really well known for his voice. But in the next two films I'm going to show you, there's often times he doesn't get to use that, so he actually has to utilize his entire acting ability. Exactly, his voice is so distinct, and that is the Dr. Phibes films. So these are the complete Dr. Phibes collection. There were two films, of course, and they're both in here. So you start out with the Abominable Dr. Phibes. As you can see, it's much like if you've got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 box set that came out from Arrow Video. This is done much like that. And you open it up. Let's get it shut up. You can see Joseph Cotten right there, who's one of my favorite actors, by the way. He's in my favorite Alfred Hitchcock film, which is Shadow of a Doubt. And I will be doing some Alfred Hitchcock here in the near future. And over here we have the great Peter Cushing, and I love the artwork on this, like showing the profile. Now, just so you know, there is artwork on the behind the discs as well, and both films are on here on Blu-ray in these like slimline cases, and along with the slimline case, there's a complete Dr. Phibes handbook. So this is a booklet that they did for, well, I guess at the time that it becomes like 100 pages. It's a book, not a booklet. There's some great writing in this here as well. You got stuff by Julian Upton again. We have things by Justin Humphries. Looking Back with Carolyn by Carolyn Monroe. There's an interview with Milton Moritz by Callum Waddle. It's on here as well. And Constance Nazir, Remembering Vincent Price. So there's a lot of really good stuff, a lot of good reads in this one here. There are some amazing, like, kind of artwork and behind the scenes photos, and just some really good, like, really interesting reads on Price. You really didn't like that one? See, which did you not like, both of them, George, or did you just not like one of them? I heard about the cryptic announcement. I, for one, am hoping for He Knows You're Alone, or Fade to Black. Have a great time with your Japanese class. Brian, rock it, because you know you will. Goals, man, you will get there. You will eventually be there. And I expect pictures, like, from Japan. So the complete Dr. Phibes, an excellent set put out by Arrow Video, and one that I truly adore. As I go through these, I like to get your guys like thoughts on Vincent Price and on the films, and some of your Vincent Price films as well. So that's kind of like something that I'm excited to hear about. Do you have a favorite Vincent Price film? Because one of my favorites is the one I'm going to show next. You Love to Fly? The, Maybe it's because I did want to be an actor, and I just did love Vincent Price movies. But there was one growing up that I kind of watched over and over again. Witchfinder General is an excellent film. I gave you a wrench, man. Uh, and that is Theater of Blood. Your favorite Vincent Price's House on Haunted Hill. We'll get to that one. Oh, Jordan, make sure to check out the Cobwebs podcast because he talked about it on there. He did the House on Haunted Hill. I wasn't in that one, but it's actually a really good listen. I actually listened to it, and I really enjoyed that. So Theater of Blood has always been a favorite of mine. Dice K, you have great taste. Uh, Basically, you know, simple as it is that is that Will the Power Well. Vincent Price is a horror actor. Well, no, sorry, no, he's a Shakespearean actor, a stage actor that has never really gotten his due. Um, and At the beginning of the film, we find out that his character has apparently died, and soon the people that were the critics that had given him so many scathing reviews over the years that led to his basically to his supposed demise are now suddenly getting killed and killed in very Shakespearean ways. It's great. Diana Riggs is amazing in this as well, by the way. She plays his daughter. Canadian favorite, the hilarious House of Frightenstein, which we will get to. Because I grew up with the hilarious House of Frightenstein. It was one of those Canadian shows that came on with Billy Van, and Vincent Price would do like the kind of. Yeah, I'm sure he shot all these things in like a couple days. This definitely has an all-star cast. There's a great little booklet in here. Now, I don't always go for the steelbook editions of films, but to be bluntly honest with you, I didn't like the cover of of the actual DVD of this, so of the Blu-ray of this. So I picked this up, and as you can see, the picture that I always like to look at, and I'm pretty sure it's in this film, his Vincent Price a la Bob Ross. So this is Vincent Price, and he looks very much like Bob Ross from you know, Little Happy Tree. We'll just put a little happy tree right there. There's no such thing as a mistake. We'll just fix it up like that. So, just put a tree. Just put a tree right there. Uh, but Theater Blood is one of my favorites. And Diana Rigg hosting Mystery, I still remember that. PBS Mystery. TV used to be, you know, back then, people forget how good TV was back then. I used to watch PBS all the time. Um, I've got more to get over there, by the way, with some price stuff. But the other one that I do have here, and that I did want to mention, and you're going to see like some of these here. This is where they cross over. Where's future wife in that scene? Nice, smart knowledge there. Is the Vincent Price Collection Volume One. Now this was the original one. It went out of print, and they re-released it with like some new stuff. So I'm like, damn it, I don't have the re-release one. But for a period of time, this thing was like super like insanely priced, which is crazy, really, honestly. It's it's DVDs. Oh, sorry, it's Blu-rays. But it's got the Pit and the Pendulum, the Fall of the House of Usher, Mask of the Red Death, the Abominable Doctor Fives. Mask of the Red Death is a really really fantastic film, and Vincent Price is really really mean in this one. The Haunted Palace, Witchfinder General, again, another favorite that's on here. So there's some really cool stuff. Of course, there's some overlap with some of the sets that I got there, but just to have it for like the Mask of the Red Death and Witchfinder General alone, because there are a lot of features on here, introductions by Vincent Price from like a TV channel that these movies came on, audio commentaries with some of the actors and with the writer director when it comes to Mask of the Red Death. Interviews with Vincent Price, theatrical trailers, introductory price, undertaking the Vincent Price Gothic horrors, an interview with Victoria Price herself, and a bunch of other stuff on here. And includes a little like I'm not gonna lie, the Screen Factory booklet's kind of you gotta the up your booklet game Screen Factory because it's interesting and it's a good read, uh, but it's a lot of pictures, lots lots of pictures. Egghead on Batman. Thank you, Jordan, because I would have forgot Egghead, and I love Egghead. It's one of my favorite Batman, the TV series villains. So pretty much what we got on here. Who wrote this? Do we actually? Is it even actually listed on here? So David Duval wrote this. So definitely going to be a good read. I don't think I've read this actually. So there you go. Hey there, Scouter. The truth comes out. I have yet to read the Dave Duval authored booklet for, and it's a booklet. This is a booklet. Yeah, the Gothic one from the Arrow one. That's a book. Hey, thank you for becoming a Patreon supporter. We got some really neat stuff coming up, and I hope you like it. We're even going to be doing a kind of a watch along video, and we'll be starting with Discord as well. So those are two new things that are coming on to the Patreon. So you came in at the right time, and thank you so much for that. I have more Vincent Price to get, don't I? Yes, I do, because there is the indicator set. I've got some MGM sets as well that we can look at. There's so much good stuff that came out from Vincent Price. If you guys had to list like the Vincent Price movie that like made the biggest impact on you, like you've listed some of your favorites, but do you have a film that when you hear the name Vincent Price immediately comes to mind? Like without it, without even thinking about it. Like you hear the name Vincent Price and House of Wax. Excellent, excellent choice. Let me grab my House of Wax because I have a copy of House of Wax, and I got a copy of a couple others. So I'm not going upstairs, John. I'm just going over there. You won't be able to hear me because I'm not mic'd, but I'll be right back. All right, 3D. Once upon a midnight dreary, as I pondered weak and weary upon a many quaint curious rhymes of forgotten lore, as I potted near as I suddenly there came a rapping as some gentle tapping on my chamber door. To some visitor entreating inwards on my chamber door. Merely this and nothing more. Not as I remembered. Okay. I guess I can't find it. Well, heavens to look at try, Ivan. Let's go over here. So, apparently, I can't find my House of Wax. I'm super proud of the House of Wax because the version that I got of that film is in 3D, like real 3D, and it's got a lenticular cover. His kind of woman with white. See, that's something that's like an outside the box type of thing that I actually love. I love Vincent Price now. Of course, there's Dragonwick. Vincent Price, like him in a more romantic lead. House of Wax traumatized him as a child. That's actually, I love that film. See, I actually love the Lionel Atwell version of House of Wax as well. Mystery in the Wax Museum. Um, sorry, I'm distracted. I'm still trying to find that film. Would that be? Aha! There you go. Sorry, guys. But this was the version of the House of Wax that, the inconvenience of Eclosion. I did mention the Dr. Fives movies Actually, Adam, I love the films, and I have the Arrow set. That's it's out of print now, but you can buy these separately. So this is the one that I think there's a new edition, well, not a new. It's just basically this one went out of print, and I think Warner Archives put it out again, like as an on-demand one. But this is the original House of Wax, Mystery House of Wax in 3D. Daisuke, thank you so much, man. I will talk to you really soon, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully, that's a good appointment that you're going to, and enjoy your day, man. You're rocking it. Thank you so much for all the great content. So the neat thing about this film right here is it does have both versions. Uh, the Mystery of the Wax Museum's on here as well. There's like a House of Wax on like anything you've seen before, and there's a commentary by David Duval and Constance Nazar. Newsreel, theatrical trailer, the whole Warner Brothers type thing that they do. This is a really cool edition. Three is actually pretty good in it. Did you like the 3D in it, by the way? Because see, I like the remake, Jordan. Um, I'm actually a big fan of the remake. I think it's underrated. There's a movie I'd love to talk about. Hey there, Ryan. That I would love to talk about sometime. Is the House of Wax, like the original and the remake? I'm sure. I'm sure Daniel's. I don't think Daniel's here anymore. But I'm sure Cobwebs is going to be doing it in the near future. If he hasn't already done it, I'm trying to remember if he. I don't think he did it. Did he do it? I got to look back because I've listened to a lot of other videos. I've listened to like a lot of Cobwebs and Just to This recently, and kind of like I'm trying to branch out and listen to like a lot more podcasts as well. So eventually, I'm hoping to on some podcasts talk about this film and the remake as well. I do have a beautiful, beautiful steelbook of the remake, and I don't normally call steelbooks like really beautiful things to have, but this one I do. Now, the next one here, if George is still here, I'm sure he's going to appreciate this, because George is pretty much the indicator king when it comes to to this stuff. But there is a really, really good uh, Vincent Price movie right here, and that is The Tingler. So I'm a huge fan of The Tingler. It's one of those that you forget about. You forget how good it is, and then you forget that you've seen it. You forget what it's about, and then you watch it again, and uh, and it's awesome. And I love like the tags for this thing. When the screen screams, you'll scream too, if you value your life. With Percepto, newest and most startling gimmick on the screen, the Tingler. So basically, the Tingler's gimmick was this. So some of, but not all of the seats uh, are they got like a little shock thing on them. So at certain points in the film, it would shock some of the audience. And the whole thing was that the Tingler was this creature that would attach to your spine. Did he probably parked in Amazon in a lot of these actually? Um, and the only way to get the Tingler off your spine before he basically killed you was you had to scream as loud as you can, as hard as you can, scream until the Tingler lets go of your spine and you're safe, you're free. So you've got a horror film that promotes uh, like screaming loudly in the theater, interactivity, and if you're walking by a theater and they're playing William Castle's The Tingler, and you hear massive screams from like the entire audience, it kind of makes you want to go in and watch the film. William Castle was a freaking genius, and this is actually a really, really good film. There is a press warning on the inside, and you can see the good old Vincent Price. Nice thing about this one here, look at that. See that A, B, and C? That means you, no matter what region you're in, this disc, this baby right here, it's going to play for you. So, and a slight off road here. Let's find out if they're all like that. 13 Ghosts, going to play for you. Homicidal, going to play for you. Mr. Sardonicus, it's going to play for you. And by the way, if you're a real big William Castle fan, then this one here has a 90-minute documentary on all his films and his life, and it's fascinating. Sorry, just a little like swerve from Vincent Price to give you a little bit of William Castle goodness. 13 Ghosts Remake. Did you, Jordan, please listen to the Cobwebs podcast that I did about 13 Ghosts, because I did one with Daniel. He had me on talking about that, and I got to talk about 13 Ghosts a lot. Never too late. Always come in. We've been talking about a lot of Vincent Price stuff. We mentioned some William Castle. We did like a side swerve along the way. Hopefully I'm going to be like actually taping sometime later in the month, I think, another Just to This podcast. So that'll eventually get out there too. So, you know, I know I got the Scream Factory release. One of the things, Kay, that is amazing about the Scream Factory release of 13 Ghosts is it has an interview with Shannon Elizabeth. And I've got to say this like right now. Oh my God. Shannon Elizabeth looked amazing. Amazing. In 13 Ghosts. Actually, she's looked amazing. She's a beautiful lady. But if there's any person that's aged extremely well, it's Shannon Elizabeth. She looks even better now than she did, like back then. It's insane. How much of my better half love or hate Dracula versus Frankenstein? Well, Ryan, we're looking at rewatching it and actually taping our commentary and our thoughts on Dracula versus Frankenstein. So if you've got the movie, you're actually going to be able to listen to our thoughts as we're watching the film, as we're talking about the movie. I won't tell you yet, but you are going to find out some some interesting stuff. So we're really like going all in here for you. See, I wanted to just shoot a regular review for Dracula versus Frankenstein for the Patreon channel, and like say, then like a maybe like a shorter film, like an Ed Wood film or something like that for the Patreon, where we basically do like a complete watch of it and like talk at the same time. Do I have Shanks? I do have Shanks actually. That was put out by Olive Films, I think. And I got it at the very last day that HMV was opened up. It was everything that was in there for at that day was $1, and Shanks was one of the movies that I found. So see, I love the remake of 13 Ghosts, and I'll tell you why I love the remake of 13 Ghosts. So a lot of films like back or like in around the early 90s and stuff like that don't they can't like land the test of time. They can't do they don't make it like the test of time. They don't do it. And a lot of the reasons for that is actually they were starting to use a lot of of like computer animation. It was like really early computer animation stuff like that. But with a lot of CGI. But with 13 Ghosts, they don't do any of that. What they do is use a lot of practical effects. So for me, watching the remake of 13 Ghosts was like going into like one of those haunted house exhibits. Like it was a blast. And that's totally the way that I thought of it. It's like these guys, like why does it stand the test of time? Why do they still look good? Because practical effects. CGI that can look great now can look horrible in 10 years from now. Practical effects usually stands the test of time. It's why the original 13 Ghosts really doesn't, there's certain things about it can be kind of iffy. But when you watch the remake of 13 Ghosts, there's some really, really good scenes in there. Anyway, that's just my thought on that. If you want to hear all my thoughts on it, cobwebs. All right, so here are the. That's a really great idea. That's what I did, Amy. I watched them both back to back. I love Martin Milner in actually in the original 13 Ghosts actually. So this was the original go-to Vincent Price set. I'm sure every one of us here has this set or had this set at one point in our collection. So that's the Wicked Witch of the West. Uh, Margaret Hamilton was amazing. Like even a small point, a small part, but like bad CGI Scorpion King Mummy Returns. Yeah, no, it looks like PS2. Sorry, PS1 graphics. So this has Madhouse and Theater Blood. And I'm a big fan of Madhouse. A lot of people like rag on Madhouse. I think it gets a bad rap. It's actually a pretty cool movie, and you get to see Cushing and Vincent Price in it together. These, of course, the Dr. Five films. My original copies of those. Tales of Terror and Twice Told Tales. And, of course, the Witchfinder General. And one of the reasons I bought this was the disc of Horror. And what did the Disc of Horror have? What did the Disc of Horror have? I can't remember. So the Disc of Horror actually has, basically Vincent Price Renaissance Man, which was like a biography episode of Vincent Price, about Vincent Price. The Art of Fear and Working with Vincent. I think it's biography. It's an interview. It's like a thing. Prospero. Yes, you gotta love Vincent Price. I think it's my fly set that has like the Vincent Price biography. Let's find out. Let's see if I remember that. Dina DVD, welcome back, man. I'm honored to have you in here. It was the fly set. The fly set, the fly collection has its own disc of horrors and includes a Vincent Price biography uh, originally on the A&E network. And of course, Vincent Price was in. Was in the original too, right? Right? Yeah, he was in the original. Of course, a bigger part in the sequel, I think, but tis in the original. I love Ryan that you like Madhouse because it's such a fun film. And of course, I do have Scream. What's it? Scream and Scream Again from Twilight Time. I have that one as well, which is another like Vincent Price film. There's so much good when it comes to Price. He is so good at what he does. Uh, and he was so good at everything that he did. He was not just like he was a great actor. He was a great presence, but the guy could cook. He was an amazing chef. He was an incredible painter. He had a series of paintings that he actually had like a contract with Sears, of all places, of Sears, where he would do like which he did paintings for. Um, he pretty much did everything, and of course he ended it off like Jordan said there with Edward Scissorhands for like a lot of younger people. Hey there, Bernard. That was their introduction to Price. Now, for me, my introduction to Price was like Saturday afternoons when I would be watching like a lot of these kind of like really kind of cool, kind of cheesy horror films that I loved. You have no problem with Madhouse Theater Blood is better. Diary of a Madman. Forgotten that one. Welcome back, Logan. I'm getting you on my channel sometime soon because I got my StreamYard and I'm working on some other stuff. So, but I will give you like ample notice. I promise that. Um, but when I do it, you're going to be my first person on because we've been waiting for a while. And I'm trying to become more inept, more inept, more. Oh, no, I'm not trying that. I'm trying to become more better with the whole tech aspect of it. My kid Wes has a YouTube channel where he does video games, and and it's really fun. So adept. Thank you, Dean. My voice at this time. What time is it here anyway? 12:24 at night after having a long day. Um, my day was consisted of a lot of like taking complaints. Please, if you have to call into like a company, and you got like questions, please be nice to people, because there's human beings on the other side of that phone that that probably got yelled at before you got there. Oh no, it was the Vinegar Syndrome title that it had like the slipcover edition of it had gone out of print, and that was Deadline. It was a exploitation film. So there, save you some time. But actually, I got some. There's some cool stuff in that video, so definitely check it out when you get the chance. But it's like Deadline is one of the ones I showed, so you're safe. Tingler was your first introduction to. That's a really good introduction to Price. Buying new edition stuff you already own. Haha, add-on. That's the key. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if like these companies were like, hey, you've sold some of our stuff. Let's be nice to you. Apparently not, but okay. Uh, I do it for the love of the film, the love of the film, the love of the hunt, and just like really, really going down. Original Fly versus Cronenberg Fly. Well, I got to go with Cronenberg Fly. I do. I love the original Fly. I think it's a fantastic film. I think it's incredibly well done. But there's just something about Cronenberg's The Fly. It's kind of like when you get John Carpenter's The Thing. Howard Hawks did a great job in The Thing from Another World. Fantastic. Great films. But The Thing and Cronenberg's Fly, oh man, they're just amazing. Any chance I've heard have Price's LP record? I wish, man. Okay, that is a really good one. Hello there, man. Um, that is an amazing thing, and I'm sure anybody that has something like that, whether it be like his record or his cookbook, that's a treasured possession. Last Man on Earth versus a Mega Man. I love these questions, by the way. Last Man on Earth, hands down. Son of the Fly versus Darabont's Fly 2. I'm actually a fan of The Fly 2. I've got maybe one of the only people that's a fan of The Fly 2. But I'll give it an even keel for that one. I do like Daphne Zinnigs. He's really cute. Is his record his Poe readings? Actually, that's what I'm kind of curious about. Because if it is, that'll be awesome. Finally, a kindred soul when it comes to The Fly 2. It gets a lot of hate, and I don't think it deserves the hate that it gets. To be bluntly honest with you, it's a fun film. I enjoy Price, and I don't think there's any Price film. I can't think of any Price film. Maybe you guys can think of one that is not enjoyable due to him in it. There's like the House of Bamboo, Dragonwick, Laura. Like, what's up with Vincent Price on the thumbnail? Well, we've been talking about Vincent Price for the last 42 minutes, so that's what's up. Vincent Price on the thumbnail. Price LP versus Leonard Nimoy LP. I'm gonna go with Price. Though really do like Leonard Nimoy. You feel like Fly 2 could also be a sequel to Splice. Oh, I never thought about that. Actually, that's a good point. That could work. Looker, it's a Michael Crichton film with Albert Finney, and I love that movie. I do have to get that movie. That is a personal favorite of mine. One that I've always that's got the girl from the Pirate Ship in it. The one that I've always adored is Looker. I saw it on TV like a long time ago, and fell in love with the film. I rented it when it came out when it saw it on VHS like so many different times. Gonna give The Fly too because the upbeat type ending. See, some people love like their like films like they have like the really kind of the downbeat like type of thing. Uh, but and I do too for like Eden Lake but Eden Lake took me. Anybody see Eden Lake? That movie like took me through a ringer. Uh, but I do prefer like as much as Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo is a fantastically wonderful film. I preferred Brian De Palma's Obsession because it's got a happier ending. That's the truth. Now too late. You said Looker would be good. You got to stick with it. Uh, let's not forget Vincent Price's contribution to the Thriller video, which would not have been would still have been iconic. You know, the Thriller album's amazing, but let's Vincent Price totally killed it. You saw Lee Devali, the original. Now, question, without giving away anything about the ending of Lady Diabolique for those people that haven't seen it. Uh, what did you think about what the little boy said at the end of the film? Did that give you pause to thought? Because it did for both me and my better half. Because as we know from the from earlier in the film, the boy doesn't lie. Hey there, Alan. Think about that for a second. The little boy never lied. And what's the last thing he said? He said that he saw. So it leaves it very open to interpretation. What's the last movie that I watched? Al Adamson's Dracula versus Frankenstein. Because I'm doing it for a Patreon video. Hey there, Dave. Are you serious? You got to rewatch that. That's like a classic Clouseau film. Um, I'll to the face I love. But everybody's got their own thing. Everybody's got their own taste and and style. Of what they like. Oh yeah, I watched the Al Adamson documentary as soon as I got that. Last movie I watched was Carnosaur on Laserdisc. It's awesome that it got Carnosaur on Laserdisc. Hussey's a great film. Uh, what was I going to say? I forgot. I'm trying to think. Was Al Adamson was Jack vs Frankenstein the last one I watched? Also, by the way, anybody here that likes wrestling? Did you see AEW? Because holy crap, holy crap, holy crap! Did not expect that coming. Signed copies of the cookbook, $400. Wow. Yeah, a little too steep for for me. But if anybody can like, I love Bellator. Rusev was such a really underrated wrestler. He's a good talker. You could tell a good story in the ring. Fantastic wrestler. Uh, Super over. So what happened when he was in WWE? Well, they jobbed him out, and then they jobbed him out, then they jobbed him out some more, and then he put him in stupid gimmicks. And you know what? Shag that. Rusev's in a better place, and I'm sure he's going to do a lot better now than he did over the last 10 years. And I loved his like when he got on the mic and he said, I spent 10 years in a place looking up at a glass ceiling with this brass ring, like reaching for this brass ring that I couldn't do. That was that was didn't exist really, and they can shove that brass ring. It was amazing. It wasn't. He just came in, and I should have known it was him, because and here's the thing, like the whole like Kip Sabian and the wedding thing. I'm gonna bring on my best man type thing, and Rusev literally like got jobbed out and ruined due to like a whole wedding gimmick over in WWE. So a way to bring him in and like the just be a bit of a kick in the teeth to WWE right there. I loved it. Wrestling videos with William Shatner. Did he do wrestling videos? No mention Steel, but we got the last copy of the Firefly Trilogy. Nice. No, actually, Walmart's selling the thing at well, if Dave got it like where I got where kind of like well I didn't get that thing because I already got the Arrow edition, but I was tempted. I was very tempted. It was $25 at Walmart. Well, to be honest with you, W is horrible. Is right now. It just like super sucks. So AW is the wrestling's better. It's younger. It's hip. And it knows what its audience wants and goes with it. Yeah, they had a few nice ones in there. A couple new ones came into Walmart. Well, I'm not sure if they're new or not. Uh, but A Quiet Place 4K is at Walmart right now for $8, and here in Canada, and there was a Terminator Dark Fate Steelbook that was $8 here in Canada right now. Of course, the stand was $12 on Blu-ray here in Canada, which I think was a great price. I went to pick up the three disc edition of I Spit in Your Grave 1, 2, and 3 because I wanted to do it for my channel for the 31 Days of Horror. It was sold out. I'm going to try one of the other Walmarts, hopefully the weekend. Oh, Dark Fate, perfect then. $8 with the 4K Steelbook edition too, man. Let me check here. I'll see if there's anything else because I actually took a couple pictures. Uh, and I'm trying as best as I can to like to try to get to the WalMarts and stuff every like uh like every Tuesday or Wednesday now. And definitely, and the reason for that is basically I want to be able to let you guys know when there's like deals on and there's sales that are going on, the same as I do when it comes to like me talking to you guys about like the sales that are online and stuff like that. So I go into Walmart. I just usually run in. Um, as you guys know, I'm on a diet now, so it's no good to get no chips or anything like that for me. Price versus Shatner. Gotta go with price, man. Gotta go with price. It's a three disc of the Spin Your Grave remake. It's the remakes. It's the three remakes. It's the one, I think it's Sarah Baker. I can't remember the girl from part two. I do apologize. And I know Sarah Baker's in like the third one as well. Okay, so here we go. So what I saw there, uh, they didn't have the 4K, but they did have the uncut edition of Psycho on Blu-ray for 16.96, which I might actually pick up because I don't know if I need the 4K for that. But if I'm gonna get the 4K set, I might wait on it. Do I need the 4K set for for the Alfred Hitchcock ones really? Like in all honesty. All right, let's see what else they had here. Of course, they got like the Friday 13th movies, which are not going to sell right now because everybody's got the set coming. So yeah, so the Terminator Dark Fate Steelbook has the 4K, the Blu-ray, and a digital copy as well. So if I may actually go back to pick that up. Some of the stuff they had there in horror, just so you guys know, because they've got a lot of their horror stuff out right now. Um, they had the Annabelle three film collection there for $20 on DVD, for 30 on Blu-ray. There is a 10 film collection there for $35. A lot of like stuff. Uh, they have the Pet Cemetery 4K there for $15. The one that I got, that's the original film. There's a $25 like King of Horror collection. For $10, you can get all the Paranormal Activity films. And there's like definitely, as always, there's the Scream Factory films that are there right now. Now I'm gonna see the comments that I'm missing out on. I apologize, guys. Sarah Baker, the woman from Evil Dead. You know what? I didn't place those two together, but I think you might be right. Let's check. I'm totally doing this from my mind and not at all looking online to check it out. Sarah Butler. Sorry, I got the name wrong. I do apologize. Sarah Butler. So then probably not because I messed up the name. Sorry about that. You had 5, 6 other Carpenters as well. Which ones did you have? I mean, like we had like They Live, and The Thing, and Vampires, and The Fog. We didn't have Starman, which a lot of people had actually. Is The Devil's Reign with Shatner any good? It's really fun actually. It's a really fun film. I actually just recently bought it from Severin during their last sale. Welcome back. Hope that your Japanese class went well. Um, but I thought it was really fun, and I think that it's one that it's not a rent, it's an own. 10 DVDs you collect for 17 years now, but they don't play well on 1080p. I see. I don't mind the 1080p with for DVDs. Um, Maybe it could depend on like the type of TV, if the type of like Blu-ray player you have as well, because it should up convert. Always something that you look for. Because I have like a, 4K TV upstairs, right? And it's and I play DVDs on there all the time, no problem. It's a great picture. Now I also have like a 3D TV up upstairs, which I do a lot of my reviewing for reviews on. Uh, you don't think your player truly up? Of course, something to look into. Okay, you have a great night, and thank you so much for coming in. It's going to be a fairly short video tonight because I'm actually going to be headed out myself soon because I got to work tomorrow, and I am not looking forward to it. Like Race with the Devil better. Very different films. Race with the Devil is a really great film, though. I love Race with the Devil. Amazon is price matching Walmart Starman. Are you serious? Let me check. Uh, I'm not joking. I'm checking. Because I actually really, really like that film, and it's one of the few cameras I don't have. DVD has been quiet, which is because he's the guy with knowledge. Amazon, doot doot, Starman, come on, Blu-ray. It's saying 34.33 for Starman, which has made me sad because it's supposed to be $15. Hey, Damien, welcome. I actually do have something coming on Monday, by the way, that my better half. It's a TV series, a complete series that I ordered. Well, hopefully on Monday. It might be a little bit late. Let's find out where it's at right now. Let's look into the Canada Post app and see what they're telling me. Apparently, it's in Halifax right now. I have this. I do have the Starman Complete series. My cousin got it for me, Alan, and I love that show. I loved Starman growing up. It was one of those shows that I would look forward to watching. You're eating ice cream. Oh, Dean. So I wasn't feeling well last week, and what happened basically is, oh, I'm definitely picking up the 4K Blade, man. Definitely 4K Blade is a certainty. So I got sick, and I had to go and basically change my diet, and that means like for me, that meant like at least temporarily for a week or so, like I cut out any chips, any salts, any ice cream, um, any cheese, and I'm a super cheese lover. And so I've had like pretty much chicken breast, rice, um, veggies, shredded wheat, not the shredded wheat with the sugar, but like the I'm not a smoked meat fan anyway. Actually, like I like Montreal smoked meat, but I only like it. Here's the snobby thing from I only like it from like there's a place in Montreal that makes really great smoked meat sandwiches, and I don't get to Montreal very often. When I go there, I go to that place. Amazing. Check it out if you're ever there. Was it my blood pressure? No, actually, I think it was more than anything else. I have a horrible, horrible diet. Before this, I had a horrible diet. I basically I had a pretty much a week when I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like making anything right now. I think I'll just grab some potato chips. That'll be my supper. And I'll be like, you know what I need? I need to go and have like a Twizzler. Because, now that I have my potato chips, might as well have dessert. Obviously, that hurts a lot. And I got a lot of heartburn. Really bad heartburn and gas. And uh, so it gave me quite a scare, actually. Because I felt super crappy. Um, and I was like, okay, I can't, I'm not 25 anymore. I'm not even 35 anymore. So basically, I decided, this, it's it. I can eat like stuff every once in a while. I traded in my chips for rice, for mini rice. Those ones with different flavors. You get like they're really good though. But rather than going and grabbing a bunch of them and actually doing the same thing with the potato chips and actually like replacing meals or anything like that, um, basically what I said is okay, 3 meals a day, and I'm gonna have my yogurt every day. When I get up, I'm gonna have like at least one bowl of cereal, and we're talking about like the shredded wheat, which is basically hey, look, if you've ever got driven by like a farm or something like that, and you're right, George, um, that it is not good for me. And you've seen like those like bales of like hay, and like that's what shredded wheat is kind of like. You're just like, hey, look, wow, there's like a whole bale of hay to put into my to put in my bowl. Fantastic. It's not bad. I actually like it. But I'm gonna be trying different cereals as well. Yep, gotta have the shredded wheat. Gotta have the Activia. I'm getting older, man. Spaghetti is another one that I can have because I don't have too much sauce in my spaghetti. I'm not a person that has like a huge amount of sauce. Uh, but yeah, I've been working really hard on actually making having a better diet. Now I'm going to my dad's for like a week. Diet's at the window there. I love pizza actually. Um, Too much I can't eat. I can't eat unfortunately, but pizza is a weakness. What's really really good? Like I can eat some frozen ones too. Um, they have this pizza and it's like a kind of a smaller pizza, but it's like it's got like blue cheese on it, and oh man, it's so good. I love blue cheese on pizza. Oh, I love oatmeal. I just got to get some more. I used to eat oatmeal all the time. See, I used to eat healthier. Then I started working here, and like I don't eat so much. So, but I'm trying to get back into it again. Tacos, pizzas, and burgers. You're 45 and had to change your diet. Went all in about 5 years, running, hitting the gym. That's excellent, man. That's awesome. That's what I'm trying to do. Blue cheese on pizza is really good. You get sick of eating the same thing all the time, but you never get sick of steak. A Kubrick, well, I'm like I can eat steak. I'm not really steak. I'm more of like I love chicken and I love turkey. Um, and I can have like the pork chop every once in a while, but I've never been a red meat guy. I'm getting there, Dave. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there. Though it is kind of frustrating. I'm getting to the point where like I so wish uh, I could like today we're watching sitting there we're watching Quizlemania. Because it comes on every couple of weeks there on Wrestle Talk, and we love it. We love Quizlemania. And Adam Blampier had to shave his head tonight, so that was interesting. And I was thinking, oh man, I would love to have some potato chips right now watching this air. Can't believe I'm talking about food. George, when your food is taken away from you and you realize that you can't eat it, it becomes a focal point in your life that it never was before. Because I'm never a food person. You never know when you come on here where these videos are going to go. That's the thing. I spent almost 55 minutes talking about Vincent Price, and all of a sudden we did a short like swerve into William Castle territory. And then we talked about like diets and food and exercise. So you get a little bit of everything when you come on here. That's that's one thing that I hope that you like. And I guess it fits because right, Vincent Price did did, did like publish cookbooks, and it is a Vincent Price night. Now we might be going to see The Exorcist the weekend because The Exorcist is playing as a triple feature: Exorcist, the Annabelle, and the original Annabelle, and what's the name of it? And Tenet. So we've already seen Tenet. So we're not going to stay for that one, but we're going to probably go see The Exorcist, and we might stay for Annabelle. Not quite sure. And it's a driving triple feature, so you gotta love those. The six Gothic Tales come with the comic book, or was that only the original release? Only the original releasing came with the comic, and so it was a hardcover book that had comics in it. So this is the original release right here, Michael, and came with this book right here. It's a hardbound book, and aside from having it had like a lot of articles at the front, but then it had like a bunch of like comics here. Let's see if I can find a little article on Edgar Allan Poe. And there's the cover for the Raven. I owe my better half like for this one because she was she looked at the set when it was announced and she said this set's going to sell out. You're going to need to get it right away. I said, nah, I can wait on that. That's okay. She said, nope, we're grabbing it. So we did, and I'm so glad we did because I think it was a week after, like, went out of print. Cooking movie doc. Dinner at a movie. Vincent Price is known for his fine wine, his collection of art. And he was a good artist too, man. At an artificial heart valve the summer you turned 21. Two things you had to drop: salty foods and alcohol. Don't know which one you missed the most. Well, it's 41 years later, man. So way to go. She's smart when it comes to that. When it comes to like the stuff like that. It happened with uh, Dr. Five's set too. She said, we're grabbing it now because it's gonna go out. It's gonna go out. She did the same thing when like she introduced me to Indicator George. So you kind of got her to thank for this one because she was like, look at that amazing Sinbad box set. And she said, we got to grab that. So it was at a really good price. So we grabbed the Sinbad box set. It's now to print. Um, is that a fly? And I just and so after that we fell so in love with the box set that we've been buying Indicator box sets like pretty much on a regular basis. The new one, the new one's coming out. Well, not the newest. That's a Columbia Film Noir, which I do recommend by the way, and I'm going to get that one down the road. But Fu Manchu, we didn't even blink. We were like had to grab that. Like that was one to grab. What's the question here? Somebody mentioned Corman or Dante. Quality, not quantity. I don't know, man. I love Joe Dante's work, but I don't think there'd be a Joe Dante. We got to be honest there. Would there be a Joe Dante with a Roger Corman? Maybe, but Roger Corman realizes that. But Joe Dante realizes how much Roger Corman played in his career, and that's the reason that he puts up in so many of his films. Pinot Noir goes good with Gothic price movies. We used to go to like this really good wine show every year, and I loved it there. Well, basically, what it was, there'd be all these wines, like you do, like the wine testing, tastes like all around. They have like glasses of wine for you, and you kind of like pace yourself. You try to pace yourself, but a lot of, by the way, Australia, amazing wine. Australia is amazing wine. Has amazing wine. So we're going through and we're like doing all these testings, and like I'm not big on like with a lot of tannin. I don't like wines with a lot of tannin. So we're going through all these different wines and stuff. End of the night, pretty much, we're super drunk. Uh, so uh, after you get through the whole wine test, right? Then you go into like another part, and you can buy the wines that are there. Now, a lot of the wines that they show at the wine shows don't actually reach like your local liquor store. So this is your one time sometimes to buy some of these wines. This is their test, and some of them don't make it past that. So we would go there, and we would get like we'd choose the wines that we want, and you'd be able to pick them up at like the next day at at the liquor store because nobody wants to be bringing home like a couple cases of wine. I'm not gonna lie, it was a couple cases of wine each time. After that, so we would like go through. We would like pretty much make our order, get the wines that we wanted. Um, then the wine show would have like a something with the with our local liquor uh, like store, and they would like put the orders up there, and afterwards we'd usually go out like dancing and go out to like some and then go get food. Napa, I'm not. Oh, someone's in Napa Valley. Oh, that's nice. Gremlins 2 is much better than the first. You think so? I got to rewatch the Gremlins one. you're, you're, it's probably tired of hearing the but's going into print justifications. Well, sometimes like she'll always tell me like I wanted to buy the Alfred Hitchcock 4K set, right? That came out recently, the 4K ones. I'm like, I need it. Like it's for reviews. It's for review purposes. And she's like, I bought you the masterpiece collection. Like all those movies are on there. And I'm like, I know, but it's 4K. So I'll eventually get it. I'll wear her down on that one. But what about the Dune trailer? I haven't seen it yet, actually. I had a really rough day at work today, like, and I mean like super rough. Um, I got off work and I just went out like grocery shopping, and I don't think I said a word for the first like 15 or 20 minutes after I finished, and then I was just in the middle of the grocery store, and I let out a sigh, and I turned to my better half and I said, I I need a hug. This is very therapeutic for me. This I love doing this. I wish this was my job. It's not. I can't make it that way, but I do love doing this, and I want this to stay like this, like to be able to like talk to you guys, and we can have fun and and just enjoy these talk about movies and collecting and just food and wine and just whatever cheesy stuff pops up during these videos. But with that being said, it is 1 a.m. here now in uh, in Nova Scotia, and unfortunately, I'm going to have another rough day tomorrow at work. So because it's getting tough, it's that time of year. Thank you guys so much for coming in tonight. My new Patreon subscriber, thank you. You have no idea how much that helps and supports the channel. Um, Without the Patreon support and the super chat support, I wouldn't be able to do this like I'm doing this right now. Um, and it's yeah, it helps. Thanks so much. I'm Aaron. Sorry about that. We're going out on a happy note here. Watch yourself some Vincent Price. Check out some amazing stuff. This is my movie library. This is the place where I go to like just go and just like dive into another world, another time, another dimension, and have fun. You are the cult of cinema. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. You made a night even brighter. My sanctum sanctorium. I like that. I really like that. I'll see you soon. Once again in the movie library. Watch AW Wrestling if you watch wrestling because it's really good. It's much better than WWE. Just put that out there. Have a great evening.